So here we are then, part 2 of our little campaign of road safety, animal safety, etc. here in the New Forest, and we are just heading now towards a place called Fordingbridge, where unfortunately again it's an area where lots of wildlife unfortunately lose their life due to incompetent drivers. Yes, I say that quite happily. That's what they are, incompetent drivers. Not really obeying what the road laws are. So, Walter Tyrrell. Nice little pub. Haven't been in there for many, many years. Bit narrow this road, but again this goes to an example of what we said in part 1, is the fact that unfortunately a lot of these roads are just like this, so you do have to be aware. No matter how good of a driver you really think you are, it'll always catch you out, these sort of roads. As you can see, 6'6" is the width limit, and we've got the village idiots, as well as Mr. Driver Instructor, who started staying down and saw us, but Mr. Mondeo decided he nearly pulled straight out. That's what you have to be aware of, people. These locals think they own the place and they will pull out. And there we go. And here's another one. Not even prepared. Said it all, people. I won't mention the gender of the person driving that car, but it says Ford there. That's not because I'm driving a Ford. For those of you that aren't aware, generally means that basically there's a big puddle in the road, but there isn't. It's all dried out. And when you've got cars like this where there is a fender at the bottom of the bumper, it means that if you're not careful you could ground it. Again, blind corners, people, just be very aware, approach with caution, and if you're on the right hand side drive vehicle, it's not quite so bad because you've got a little bit more visual around the corner, but when you're driving the left hand, such as Big R, you need to be just a little bit more cautious because you can't see around the corner. There we go. Down to 30 again, people. Again, like the 40, it's not your target speed, it's a maximum speed, which clearly this person was not doing. So we're coming down to where we want to be. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, the bit of the road that we wanted to come down is currently closed, as you can see with the signs. So we've had to come around the way we did, which is probably a good thing. So at least you got to see somewhere a bit different. If you carry straight on round to the right, there's a Bentley dealership up there. That's all I will say. Watch out, animals on road day and night. That's not someone just decided to put a sign there, people. This road, for those locally to it, will know that. And there are. And we're 40 miles an hour. Limit through here, again, not a target speed. A lot of foliage both sides of the road. There will be wildlife amongst it, I can guarantee you that. So just be a little bit prepared for that. And again, local knowledge, I know there's a golf course that's up here on the left hand side. That in itself can be a hazard. Not only for those that can't hit a golf ball to save their life, they've got all the gear and no idea, but also wildlife occasionally stumble across it, and of course they see something white and fast coming towards them, they will bolt and run for it. He's doing more than 40, I can tell you that now. And as said in part 1 earlier today, this camera does have front and rear cameras. It is equipped with calibrated radar equipment, which can all be downloaded and recorded. So if Big R sees you doing something really, really quite stupid, trust me, that information will be relayed to the local authority, and I can tell you now they will prosecute on that. All about keeping us nice and safe in an environment we should all be very proud of. If you live in central London, you don't have this experience. As an example, you have a London sheriff apparently. There was deer just over on the right hand side. In the thick of the woods. Going back to what we said in part 1, you do have to be careful because during the daytime you still can get some deer around. Now those deer will probably be heading across the road a bit later. Fortunately we're not coming back this way because of the road closure, but I almost guarantee they'll cross from the right over to the left, because quite often later in the day you can see them over on the left going towards the dual carriageway, which is what we'll be joining a bit later on. This is Roger Penny Way, isn't it? So this particular road we're on now is a very long stretch of road, heads from basically Caddenham, where we've just come from, just the other side of Lyndhurst, heading towards Fordham Bridge. From Fordham Bridge you then go to Salisbury down to Ringwood. Ringwood's going to be our route of choice today. This is a fast road in the sense of it is discontinuous, which is why unfortunately we do have so many animal deaths along here, because people treat it as a race circuit. Again, signs like we saw earlier today, watch out day and night, horses and foals on the road, they will be. I'm doing 38 miles an hour now on a calibrated speedo. And even from the angle, I've changed the slight angle of the camera from what was in part 1. I've moved it actually over a little bit more central to the vehicle, but you still get a taste of road presence in the car. Again, the message as in part 1 regarding any of the wildlife here in the New Forest: do not approach them, do not feed them, don't try and stroke them like they're your teddy bear from home, because they will kick and bite, and if you feed them you could make them very, very unwell. And then you have the owners of them, because remember everybody, as in part 1, people own these. Ponies, cattle, everything, donkeys, everything you see out in the forest, people own them. You injure them, kill them, they'll be after you for compensation, and trust me, the law will back them up 100%. Which again, repeating what I said earlier in part 1, you need to be aware of, if you do hit an animal on the forest roads, okay, even if you were doing under the speed limit, doing everything we've been talking about being very visual about your surroundings, looking out for the hazards like heavy foliage, things like that. If you do hit one, even if you've injured it, you must phone the police, and then they will send the appropriate resources to the requirement, and it might mean the New Forest Agitator has to come out. Probably 9 times out of 10 they will. They'll know who owns that particular animal, and on the spot they may need to make a decision whether that animal is injured beyond getting back to full health, which means the inevitable, which trust me, it's not very pleasant. So there we go then. This is quite normal on this road. This is why it's a high risk road. Lots of ponies either side of the road. To my left there is an awful lot which the camera may not have picked up. Very similar onto the right there, which you would have seen some of them. And those that are curious about this area is actually used by the British Army with the Army Air Corps with their Apache helicopter training. I've been along here before now, marked up ambulance, and I've been on the hurry up, and suddenly from nowhere an Apache helicopter is suddenly on top of us and has used us to practice low altitude, high speed flying, using us and the road as its navigation. So if you are out this neck of the woods and you see an Apache helicopter just suddenly appear from nowhere, nothing to be alarmed about. It's great terrain for them to teach their young student pilots, all from Middle Wallop, which is flows not that far from where we are. So I'm doing 35 miles an hour. I can tell you now, I can see in my rear view mirror, there is somebody travelling far too close to the car. If I have to brake now, they are going to end up in the back, into the boot of the cop car, where for them, the least of their worries will be what damages to their car. Plenty of space, people, plenty of space, because if you have to brake hard suddenly, which is a very high risk, you will have to do that out here, you're going to hit someone up the backside if you're too close, because I guarantee your reactions will not be quick enough. But as you can see from the camera, either side, left or right of the camera, nothing but woodlands. But I guarantee you, somewhere in there will be wildlife. Either side now is where the Apache helicopters are quite often seen, because it dips right down very, very low, way below the height of the road, which makes it great training for them. So this bit here is quite notorious for people going too fast and ending up off the road, especially coming towards us. So just bear in mind, as we keep saying, people, be very aware. Road camber can change quite quickly out in the forest. They're not all lovely smooth roads. Driving a little bit too quick, or even driving on the speed limit, you hit the camber of the road incorrectly, you are going to go for a little journey. So I'm going to take you up to 40 miles an hour now, dead on, so you can experience at 40 the road and the road camber. If you're all looking very closely, I'm looking on average through my training at least 7 cars ahead of me, at least 7 cars ahead of me. So I can already see the signposts up ahead giving me a warning. I'm going 40, so I'm approaching that now. As you get closer, you'll see what that warning is. You need to then start thinking about, right, my speed, road conditions, my position on the road. That suggests to me that any time now ponies could go charging across the road from left or right, doesn't matter. So I've got to be prepared for that, so you just slow it down just a little bit, just so you can have a good look round surroundings, make sure that there isn't any ponies or donkeys come to that and ready to stampede. Novel way of cheating the car parking signs and charges in the forest is find a little lay-by you can pull into. I guarantee people they will be closed off soon. But back to the wooden posts that we were talking about earlier in part 1. You can see them everywhere. That's just prevent you from parking there. So you have to go into the car parks where, again, you have to pay. Loads and loads of... I'm just going to pull in here for a moment because I've just spotted something that might make you just a little bit more aware of what we've been talking about. Just so happens to be an ice cream down there. Little donkeys. Donkeys, lots of. Now these donkeys and this road, as we go further down the road, you will see that they will be often down by a pub. And unfortunately, people will just slam on their brakes and stop. Look in the camera. Trains. Go over there. So there's your donkeys, hopefully a little bit of a better view for you, and just slightly to the right of the camera you'll see the sign, animals, keep your distance, do not touch, do not feed, and please keep your dogs under strict control at all times. That will be appreciated by those that own the various animals in the forest. You might have just noticed when we pulled up that there is a fencing around a cricket pitch here. Up to the right there is the pavilion. Basically, I understand that if they're playing cricket and the animals decide they're going to come onto the cricket pitch, then the game has to stop. You can just see right in front of us now the donkeys beginning to run around. Something's either spooked them or there's one kicking out there actually. Or one of them's getting on the other's nerve. Well, if that's by the roadside, they're going to end up in the road. Hopefully they're not there on the field. I think it's right to say that out in the forest here that probably this is where most of the donkeys tend to hang around this sort of area. We have, as you saw in part 1, down in Beauty, we do have a few hang around there. But isn't that wonderful, huh? What a privilege to be able to come into these animals' homes and enjoy the experience of seeing them in their natural habitat. Brilliant. There's an example there, people, what you I correct myself, you should not be doing is approaching that donkey. That donkey could turn right now and give that guy one hell of a nasty kick. You can hear them actually. I don't know if the microphone will pick that up, but you saw them charging around just a minute ago. Please, 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 people, do not do what these two people are doing now. It may look quite harmless, but it can go horribly wrong. Not just for you, but for the animal as well. Incredible. They've parked in a white BMW right by that yellow sign that I just read out to you about keep your distance. And what is that person doing right now? County line coffee. Tell me what you know. I should be ashamed. Well, they'll be on the video. So. Let the real one show. From the base to the backseat. And the problem is the other side of it as well. If you do approach these animals on a regular basis, especially where there's, you know, pubs and things like that, as I said, we'll pass it in a minute, I'll show you it. These then become reliant on humans. They end up dying because they don't feed, because they are awaiting a human to come and give them some food. So please do not do it. She leaned in close and said, listen here, every small town badge has a full-time fare. County line coffee. YC19BYB on video. County line coffee. Let the real one show. From the back to the backseat. Now, straight ahead of you now is the pub that I've been referring to. So the lawns either side of the pub is where those donkeys we've just seen hang out quite often. And you can see why I've been saying do not approach them, because it encourages them. And unfortunately over the years, this little stretch here, a number of donkeys have lost their lives. This actual bit of road here is quite a lot of people wandering around, because there's a holiday camp just down the end here on the bends. Sandy Balls, quite a famous place. Attracts lots and lots of people. Hence, lots of people walk up to that pub that we just passed. So you've got that increased danger as well. And here we go, same scenario as earlier. He's just really carved those two bikes right up. I won't mention the gender again, but there we are. There's your Sandy Balls we just passed. So that's probably taken us 6-7 minutes to travel that length of that road. The amount of deaths that have happened on that road is not acceptable, and we all must do our bit to try and educate, especially the visitors to the area. Road safety. And what I might do one day is actually go out and video, and we'll actually do a proper advanced driving scenario all the way around. I haven't stuck to the gun so much today, just because I've been trying to watch out for the bits and pieces I wanted to point out, but we will go out for a proper drive. And as you just saw, that car came way over too far, because he wasn't thinking about what's around the bend. So, a bit like my hometown in Hythe, if you're ever out this way, if you're down visiting and you've seen this on the video, Fordham Bridge, lovely little place. Again, wouldn't take you long to walk around it, but it's quite especially during the summer. Got a very nice pub sat right on the riverfront, which is very nice. And then we're in Fordham Bridge. So straight on down is Fordham Bridge itself. We're actually going to peel off left here because we have to go back a slightly different way than we would normally.
His hoofprints in the grass and a slow ride by the gorse and sass. If you need me, I'm nearby on the edge of the pines tonight. Sheriff of the New Forest, I keep the peace out here. Sheriff of the New Forest, ponies safe and clear, donkeys, cattle, all of them near. That's my patch year after year. Sheriff of the New Forest, I keep the peace out here. Cup of tea, lemon drizzle cake, then one more round before it aches. Sheriff of the New Forest, that's the road I choose to steer. Sunrise paints the eastern sky, a new day's dawning bright. Old Ford truck on dusty roads, bathed in morning light. Gordon County on my mind, every field and stream. Just a simple country chef living out a dream. Got my badge and my trusty hat, and a smile for every face. Keeping peace in this quiet town, finding my own place. Oh, the sheriff of Gordon County, with a sausage roll in hand, sipping on a Dr. Pepper, patrolling this green land. From the pine trees to the pastures where the wildflowers grow, watching over good folk, putting on a show. Radio crackles low and soft, a gentle country tune. Windows down, the wind blows free beneath the midday moon. See old Mrs. Gable away from her porch swing, slow and wide. She knows I'm always watching now, with nowhere left to hide. Checking fences, checking barns, just making sure it's right. Keeping everything in order from morning till the night. Oh, the sheriff of Gordon County, with his sausage roll in hand, sipping on a Dr. Pepper, patrolling this green land. Pine trees to the pastures where the wildflowers grow, watching over good folk, putting on a show. Some folks chase the city lights, the hustle and the speed. but give me open roads and fields, that's all I'll ever need. Simple pleasures, honest work, a life that feels so true. Underneath the Georgia sun, I'll always see it through. Oh, the sheriff of Gordon County, with a sausage roll in hand, sipping on a Dr. Pepper, patrolling this green land. From the pine trees to the pastures where the wildflowers grow, watching over good folk, putting on a show. Yeah, sausage roll and Dr. Pepper as the sun begins to fade. The sheriff of Gordon County, a promise I have made.